And we are live. Welcome to Redbird podcast. My name is Willie. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today, I've got one of my lovely co-hosts. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's going on, y'all? This is Jackie. You can find me on Twitter if you're not already listening. On Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's. We are down Macaroni for this bye-week episode. We gave him a bye. He's busy being an awesome dad. So you're stuck with me and Will. We're just gonna bullshit. We're gonna have some fun. The vibes are immaculate right now in Cardinals land. So what better way to go into our week against Seattle with just a fun episode for you all.
Yes, indeed. And we are coming in with the best of fucking vibes because Seattle came in this week and beat the San Francisco 49ers, which to me is good vibes all around because that's the team I was most scared of in this division.
Yeah, I mean the 49ers are starting to get a little healthy again with the return of Christian McCaffrey. I mean, they still have some all-pros on their team. So it's not a team that's just going to go away quietly, but it's always good that a divisional opponent was able to go in there, the weakest divisional opponent, in my opinion, to go in there and beat San Francisco. Further knocking them down into a relative. I honestly feel that if the Niners lose Sunday, their season is completely done.
And it will not be an easy task. Brock Purdy is banged up. Christian McCaffrey looks like he's like Cardinals era Adrian Peterson. They're looking really rough. They're looking really rough right now, and they have to go into a freezing, snowing Lambeau Field this Sunday to face off against a very, very heated Packers team.
Yeah, that Packers team, they seem pretty legit. You know, when we played them earlier in the season, I wasn't bought in. I wasn't really a believer in Jordan Love, but you know they're looking like a dangerous team. So I think Green Bay has absolutely no reason why they should not win this game. And I feel like there's just a little bit of inner turmoil with the Niners as well. We saw Deebo Samuel grab his the punter, the kicker, by the throat.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was crazy. Like he had missed a lot of kicks that day, but like, there's no reason you should be doing that to your fucking. No, it was the long snapper, wasn't it?
Long snapper, right? Yeah,
which is even more ridiculous.
Yeah, like you can't be doing that. Like, I understand the frustration, but you know that's just not a good look for you and your team. You guys need to be rallied with each other rather than against each other. You know, if you want to try to turn your season around and win games.
Yeah, no, I mean the vibes there are just cursed right now. They've been cursed all season, but they're especially cursed right now. The years of good luck that they built up are coming down in one foul swoop, and I, for one, am feasting.
Yes,
I fucking
here for it.
I fucking hated that Niners team, and I'm so glad. I am so glad that they are falling off of a cliff right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what, happens going forward because, Brock Purdy hasn't been looking his absolute best this season. I've never been a firm believer in him. I think he gets helped out by the system and then his all-pro, offense. So we'll see if he gets
he is hyper confident. I have never seen a play made by him that couldn't be made by any other quarterback.
Yeah, and I think
I guess let me rephrase that. I've never seen a play made by him that could only be made by him.
Right. I mean, there's plays that Kyler Murray makes that only Kyler Murray makes. I've seen the debate on Twitter. I believe it was earlier this week or a week ago. Brock Purdy or Kyler Murray, and I will say that there is nothing Brock Purdy can do that Kyler Murray cannot. And on the flip side, there's things that Kyler Murray can do that Brock Purdy cannot. So give me my short king any day.
Yeah. And Kyler Murray, man.
Part of Will's face. I said we see part of Will's face. Look at him. Look. This is the closest we'll
This
ever
is the
get.
most you'll see unless we win the Lombardi.
Our international man of mystery, Will Ambo Bobbles. Shout out Bo Bobbles.
I love how Bobbles just lurks in the chat these days like he's the Phantom of the Opera, just lurking in the wings.
Yeah, our ex-producer, Bo Bobbles. Colby says, you're
It's
staying warm and mysterious.
absolutely. Yeah, I look ridiculous with this fucking balaclava on.
Hey, but who cares? Are you drinking anything?
What?
Oh. Is it snowing?
Well, not yet, but it's going to.
You gotta do a snow dance on camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking just throw it back in the snow. I'm gonna leave a massive fucking ass print on this goddamn field.
There you go. I love it. Did you do anything this weekend since we didn't have a game?
Oh, I kind of just sat alone, just pondering my thoughts. God, what did I do on Sunday? I don't remember.
But isn't it? It was kind of nice, like not having to stress out and worry. I could just kind of enjoy like hate watching all these other teams. Did you watch any games?
Oh, I watched the ending of the San Fran game. Aside from that, not really. I will say I was surprised that the Bills beat Kansas City. I know that's stupid because it's like, oh yeah, if anybody could have done it, it's them. But like, I was so ready for like Carolina to beat them next week out of nowhere that I was like, okay, well that's clearly where this is going. It's the funniest possible result
The
that I just
funny,
didn't give.
it would still be funny if they somehow like pull it out next week.
Yeah, it would be.
And did the Rams have a bye as well, or who did they play?
Rams. Oh God, I don't even remember. Rams.
Because I'm looking it up, but if anybody in the chat wants to leave it in the chat, save me a little bit of time. Shows how much we know, huh?
Yeah, we're fake fans. We're fake ball knowers.
Fake ball knowers. Oh, the Rams beat the Patriots. And see, I'm a little worried about if anybody right now that I'm worried about, it's no longer the 49ers. I'm now a little worried about the Rams.
Because they beat the Patriots?
Not because they beat the Patriots, but I just feel like they're just a team that's not going to go away.
Yeah, but I mean that's always how they are. Even I mean the Rams teams that gave us fits in the Arians era weren't good teams. They were just pesky teams. I mean that's just how they've always been. Pesky.
Yeah, I feel like any Sean McVay coach team is going to be a pesky team. So it's up to us to get it done this weekend. Beat Seattle, and the Rams have a tough matchup with the Eagles. The 49ers have a tough matchup against Green Bay. So we need to go out there and execute on Sunday, and the Eagles and Green Bay need to do their part in helping us take a big lead in the NFC West.
Yeah, I think if we have a 2-game lead coming out of this week, we make the playoffs. I know that's such a no shit statement that it's downright like obvious, but like I feel confident enough about our schedule for the rest of the year. And if we win this week and the other teams lose, we're in.
Yeah, I almost feel like that's like a clinching scenario, even though it's not. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. I've been watching interviews of the guys all week, especially Kyler Murray. You know, they're not looking ahead to playoffs. They're not looking ahead to this week. It's 1 week at a time. You know, the win streak means nothing. You know, the hard work's not done. I'm glad that they haven't really started to feel themselves and get complacent. You know, it's that Kobe Bryant mindset where, you know, job's not done. We got to go out there. We got to execute, and we are in the driver's seat. We got to control our destiny.
Yeah. Oh man, what I wouldn't give for like a 2008, everybody else in our division's ass, so we just kind of have it figured out if we just want to,
Yeah. And at the same
What I
time,
wouldn't give to be in the NFC South.
I know where your division's on lock by like week 5. It seems. But that stupid enough, like that's still like kind of up in the air. You know, the Falcons have been dropping games. The Bucks are beat up, but they're still like kind of hanging in there a little bit. And
The Bucks are a
then
fun team.
the Bucks are such a fun team. It's gonna be a shame when we have to knock them out.
It's going to be a shame when we have to knock them out in the first round.
Yeah. Are you okay? Are you in a wind tunnel?
Was that?
I said, are you good? You sound like you're in a wind tunnel.
Right now.
Huh?
The wind is picking up right now.
Yeah, it's getting a little hard to hear you.
One sec. Here we go.
Okay.
Ever the confident professional. I am taking
cool.
off that fucking ski mask. Yippee.
No, right.
Oh, 1 sec. Oh, god damn it. How'd that happen?
Where's Mac when you need him? Mac would be like roasting you right
How the
now.
fuck did that happen? Audio. Okay.
You good?
Shit. Give me a sec. I'm gonna back in and out.
Well, it's been another episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. I'm just kidding. But anyways, if you're in the chat, say hello, ask your questions. We will be answering random questions. We have no real topics to talk about this evening, so it's just going to be us bullshitting. So I appreciate all you guys for still tuning in. I know there's not a lot of you, and I don't blame you, but hi, Juan. Yes, we are very professional. But Juan, you've been with us for the long haul, so you've heard your fair share of audio technical difficulties. You've probably heard me burping and taking a shit at some point for not muting my microphone. So as always, Juan, we appreciate you. You are the OG. You good, Will?
Yeah. Trying to figure out how to get the Bluetooth hooked up. I have never had this problem before. Things I've never had to say for 500, Alex.
Yeah, I'm sure like all the girlies back at your dorm are like, oh, I've never had this problem before. Hi, Levi, putting off homework for this show. Levi, please do your homework. We've got nothing planned. We are winging it. I don't know if you could tell. And I also have half a beer in front of me because I thought what better way to hang out during this bye week than to enjoy a Dos Equis.
There we go. I got it figured out.
All
Yippee!
right, we're back. We are so fucking back.
We are so fucking back.
Just like the Cardinals, we are so fucking back.
I'm ready for this season to be over, and I'm hoping it goes the way I think it goes, because I've got some receipts to settle from the start of this year that I am so ready to settle.
Oh, the bookmark, the season is gonna go nuts. Is there any in particular that like you just stick out that you like off the top of your head?
There was some guy, like I think he was like a Rams fan, who was asking like, "Hey, who's going to finish first in the West?" And I said, "The Cardinals." And he was like, "You're kidding, right?" And I'm like, "Nope, dead serious." And he's like, "Haha, enjoy last place, buddy."
Yeah,
we'll see who's laughing. We'll see who's laughing in January, buddy. But this is, at the end of the day, still a one game at a time thing. We as Arizona sports fans have been burned before. We've had 48 win seasons that didn't land us in the playoffs. We've had 99% chance seasons that didn't land us in the playoffs. We've had, I can't think of a Coyotes example because they never made the playoffs. So this is not our first rodeo. We have been burned before. That's why I come on every week and say we're going to lose, because I've been burned and I don't want to touch the flame.
I'm in the same boat too, kind of. Like, I don't want to get too like far ahead of myself because This team has broken my heart a bajillion times over, and disaster could strike at any moment. Knock on wood, knock on wood. But with what we're building with Jonathan Gannon and Monty Austinfort, I am like blindly optimistic that I'm just gonna like forget all of the cliff collapses, the Keim failures of bringing in depth. And I'm going to believe in this team until they give me a reason not to believe in this team. And I believe in this team, and I'm just as bought in as the players. The culture shift has been phenomenal to watch. The ascendance of Kyler Murray, like as a player and as a leader, it makes me so proud. As someone that's like wasn't completely on board from the jump, but like seeing like the raw talent and athleticism in year one, and knowing like this is a guy that can be a guy, and if we just get him the right tools, get him the right system, like he really could be like top five. And now, he's back in the MVP conversation. He's had a phenomenal year, and we haven't had to ask him to play hero ball at any point this season. And it's just wonderful to watch like him grow up in front of our eyes. We got a franchise left tackle in Paris Johnson, who's like this like amazing leader, like locker room presence, like pregame, like hype man, getting the guys going. We've got James Conner, and I was talking to Colby about James Conner a little bit. Like I had watched a video earlier this week talking about like it was his pit coaches talking about like his cancer treatments and like him going through that and just like his tough mentality. And it's like, how can you not want to go to war for that man right there every single Sunday? Like that tough son of a bitch is on your team. You have no choice. You can't be soft. You have no choice but to go out there and fight for 60 minutes. And I want to see him back next year. I want to see Buddha back next year. Like this is such a fun team, and like what a good story to go from like worst to first in just a year's time with new coach, new coordinators, new GM. Like
And mind you, unlike a lot of other worst to first candidates, where it's like, okay, well, they drafted first, they picked, the pick of the century, they had a phenomenal free agency. We built in the draft using, guys who were pretty solid, but not the picks of the draft. We took very muted, free agents. Like there was nobody coming in except for the faithful this season who thought we would be this good at this point of the year. Nobody. The most you would hear is like, oh well, the Cardinals, they have an easy schedule. They might be able to make some noise from like your Kyle Brandts or whatever. But I mean, if we were talking the national pundits and fan culture at large, this team blindsided them. And I will tell you, I was never blindsided. I knew what this team could do.
No, we saw it last year. We saw how even when we were losing the hard fought, like they were still hard fought losses. And then, down the stretch when Kyler came back healthy, we beat contenders. Those were statement wins, and that really set the tone and the momentum, especially that Eagles game. To come in this season to still hang tough. Like, yes, we had a couple of ugly losses against, in hindsight, good teams. Like it was earlier in the season that we couldn't make heads or tails of Washington. We couldn't really make heads or tails of Green Bay. But shit like that's gonna happen. It's still a rebuild, even though we're a lot further than we anticipated in this rebuild. But it really comes down to is just the coaching. You play the cards you're dealt. You develop these guys. You coach them up, and you hold them accountable, and they go out there and they execute exactly what they're supposed to do. And I was thinking about it before we came on live, because I was thinking about like this far in the season, like a big dick player of the game, like big dick player of the year thus far. But then I thought, like, who would be like a small dick player thus far? Because no single guy has really.
Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yes, that would be my pick for a small dick player of the year thus far. But I mean, outside of him, who thank God we haven't seen much of lately. Every guy is doing their job, and no one's giving up like crazy big plays like left and right. Like even our rookie corners or second year corner, they're hanging in there tough with some of the best in the league.
Our offensive line, there's not a single guy I can say is bad on that O line. It's funny, even in our best years, there were so many people I could scapegoat and say, oh, well, if I could fix anything about this team, it'd be this, and this. Aside from I would like some better receivers for Kyler Murray to throw the ball to, I don't have any complaints about this team.
I know even Kelvin Beachum, who we thought was going to be a fucking liability at right tackles, really stepped up.
And I mean, that's the difference between this team and the Cliff teams. Aside from that season where we came in and we lost to the Rams at the end, I didn't see a single year where we were bought in from start to finish.
No, like we would just fucking fall off a cliff, like no pun intended, fall off a cliff, like come November, and the team down the stretch you would see them just give up mid games and just it be soft. Like this team is not soft. Like we're not a team that you can fucking push around or ignore or write off. Like we're gonna play you hard, we're gonna play you physical for the duration of the game, and fucking good luck.
I mean, the only two losses that we just got absolutely destroyed in were Green Bay and Washington. And we have not had a single black mark on this season. There is not a single game I can point to and say, okay, this game gives me pause. This could be a sign of trouble, because we've beaten every team we should beat. And we've beaten some teams that maybe we shouldn't have.
Yeah. And, aside from the fluke, like Lions game where, pick six gets called back, like that kind of shifted the momentum downward for us. That was a game that we could have probably gotten away with a win. Buffalo, we got too hot and fizzled out in that game. We couldn't finish. That should have been a game that in hindsight we should have won. But other than that, like there's no game that I'm like, holy shit, like we're such a bad team.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal a phrase from one of my least favorite Cardinals coaches ever. The Arizona Cardinals are who we thought they were.
Denny Green?
And I am,
peace.
Yeah. Fuck Denny Green.
I think maybe recency bias, but also fuck Steve Wilkes.
Fuck Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, fuck Steve Wilkes.
Dealt a bad hand, but still he never held himself accountable. Fuck Steve Wilkes.
Right. And I mean, and then on the flip side too is like Cliff only held himself accountable, but you can't do that. There's still other guys in that locker room that you have to hold accountable. That's how you coach these guys up and make them leaders. And it was just never that. That was just a very soft era of Cardinals football. It was fun at times, and yeah, we started out hot and we won, but like I've always said, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And right now, we are getting healthy at the right time because Jonah Williams has been activated. So maybe we'll see him play Sunday, maybe.
Darius Robinson is likely to play on Sunday.
So we're trending upwards.
We somehow have the capacity to get even better. And yeah. I've been saying that all year, mind you, because again, Robinson, he's been in this limbo for most of this year. And Williams, he's been in this limbo for most of this year. I am just so excited to watch Cardinals football on Sunday, man. I didn't realize how much I would miss it.
Yeah. Is part of you like a little nervous at all going into this game?
A little bit. I think that with what's happening right now in Seattle, also prayers up for Seattle right now. The bomb cyclone, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, that typhoon that hit them?
Yeah, they're going through it. A lot of them don't have power right now.
The stadium doesn't have, or the facility doesn't have power.
Makes me wonder if it'll be moved or something.
yeah, we shall see. But hopefully, everybody, the good people of Seattle, are okay. Hopefully, they don't get too loud on Sunday, which I've heard that the Legion or the 12s have not been very 12y as of late.
Yeah, that home field advantage they've had for the better part of a decade is more or less gone.
Yeah,
And
there's no more Legion of Boom.
I mean, there's only so many, 9 and 7 seasons where it's like, oh well, Russ, he did this and this and this, but we fought hard, damn it, that you can take where until it's like, okay, well, I live in a city where rent's $5,000 a day. I don't know if I can afford tickets to this team that's going to let me down on Sunday.
Yeah, and I've kind of like just fly on the wall, like listen to some Seattle stuff, and everybody's complaining about the ticket prices up there, and we're kind of experiencing that down here. Everybody's getting their renewal offers, and prices have gone up. I guess that's the price.
I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. There is one thing I would absolutely no question change about this team. Bye bye, Mikey. That is the thing I would change.
Michael Pidwell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Casita experiment, you try to keep up with the Joneses, and all of these different NFL teams are trying to offer these luxury experiences at their stadiums. I don't think we're the market for that right now, big dog. Let's
Not
focus
the
on
economy for that. Let's wait till there's a boom, man.
let's focus on being a consistent winner. But try to do more for your fans, so they don't want to sell their tickets and opposing teams' fans take over. Because it sucks. It sucks. Especially that Washington game was like the most down I've felt as a fan being at the stadium, because like they've been irrelevant for so long, yet they somehow managed to take over our field and then like dominate us.
Well, you also have to. I mean, it's easy for them to do that when they've had when their quarterback is the once promising Arizona State quarterback turned Heisman.
Yeah.
I think you have to put things in perspective.
Yeah. It really sucked just to watch Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
like jumping up and down on their sideline, getting the crowd hype. I'm like, fuck, I want this for us here on my sideline.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah. No,
though, shout out Zach Pascal. Even though he hasn't done much in the and DJ Dallas, because they run up and down the sidelines. They're pumping their arms up. They're trying to get the crowd into it. So I appreciate like that little fan interaction for our side, like the unsung heroes, the things you don't see on TV. They're trying to get the crowd hyping into it, and the vibes now. Like I've been in the building for the last 3 home games for those 3 wins, and it's far from what it was getting blown out by Washington. So shout out to all the fans that do stand up, they do get loud, and having to endure like shitty seasons, and now we're finally winning at home, and it feels great.
Jackie, I will say if we do lose this week, you're gonna have to get ready to learn hot dish, buddy. We're gonna send you to Minnesota.
What's hot dish?
You don't know what hot dish is?
Oh,
It's like a casserole. It's like a Midwestern staple. Usually has like potatoes.
I'm like, hot dish? That's what they called me in college. Oh, no, I don't want to go to the damn cold. No, thank you. It is snowing in Green Bay, so yeah, Brock Purdy, get ready to learn snow, buddy. Being from Arizona too, so nope. I'm really glad we are not playing Green Bay in the snow.
I mean, I will say I am very glad that unless they somehow pull out with the division, that we will not face them in Green Bay during the playoffs. As it stands right now, we're set to face them at home, and us Green Bay at home in the playoffs. I don't have to say much more about that.
We've had some good luck. We've had some success.
We have. Hopefully, we don't have to go to overtime this time, like the last 2 times.
Yeah, no, wrap the shit up by the 4th quarter, so I don't have to like overdrink and be hungover the next day. But I already did like stake my claim. Like I put it out there for my dad because my dad's a season ticket holder, and I'm like, hey, the Cardinals make the playoffs and have a home game. I would like to be in attendance. And he was like, yeah. And I even put it out there to Colby's mom because Colby's got season tickets, but that's him and his dad's thing. So I'm not gonna fight his dad over going to the game, or fight Colby for going to the game because I would totally go to a game with just his dad. But I told his mom, I said, if the Cardinals make the playoffs, the home game, I will take one ticket. I don't care. I don't care sitting by myself, even though it's in the damn nosebleeds, even if I'm sitting on the roof. I need to be in attendance for this game. It's a bucket list thing to go to a playoff game, a Cardinals playoff game before I die. And Colby says,
Yeah,
I don't games. Yeah, whatever.
I am so ready to see how the rest of the season unfolds. I'm just shaking and shivering, and it's not because it's nearly 32 degrees outside. I love this fucking team, man. And plus I don't have to worry like, oh well, I love this team, but the Suns are also on. What a conundrum, because the Suns blow right now.
Yeah, see, like when it's football season, even when we are shit, like I have to focus all my attention on the Cardinals. And then once our season's done, then I can like shift over to Suns mode. So I'm like, I have no interest in the Suns right now. Hot take. I know there's some Suns fans maybe listening. But I just can't get into it until my Cardinals are done.
If Sydney Sweeney hit my line right now, or on Sunday, and was like, "Hey, Will, I know I hear you're slinging it," and it would take me a second to decide. It would take me a while because it's like I'm fucking amped right now, man. Oh man. Yeah. Speaking of baddies, how about we do our hot or not QB tier list?
All right, folks. For those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to be sharing my screen. We have a ranking system of some NFL quarterbacks. Are they hot? Are they not? Do they got that schlong? Do they have a nice personality at least? But let me go ahead. Let me this is the first time I've done a share my screen. So bear with me, folks. I am on my laptop. My mouse is dead, so
And you can edit the categories if you want to change like how some of them sound. I think instead of nice personality, I just put like meh.
yeah. Because I feel
so if you want
to for some of these players that I'm sure are very lovely gentlemen, personality wise. But yes,
you can just say Kyler. You can just say Kyler Murray. I don't know why you're beating around the bush here.
Okay, so I kind of started to play with the rankings a little bit. Let's just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I had to put Lamar Jackson as oh god no.
Oh, I thought we were doing it together.
I am. Is that where would you put Lamar?
I think he's a meh. He's not like terrible.
Okay, and I'm moving Lamar Jackson up to net because I'm sure he's a very fun hang. Like,
are you? I don't think you're sharing your screen right now. It's not showing on my end at least.
it's
Can
not.
you check?
It's not because I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay.
Wow, you already put Jordan Love at Schlongsville. Okay.
Okay, so I started to play with this a little bit before we went live because I wanted to make sure that it would be working. But yes, I did put Jordan Love as Schlongsville.
Do you want to read out these categories for the audience, Jackie?
Yes, for those of you just listening, we have at the very tippy top Schlongsville. Then we have the A tier, the good exclamation point tier. They grow these white boys on trees, huh? What is that, Will? Elaborate. I'm confused.
They just look like a white guy. So like your Brock Purdy's, your it could you see that guy on the street and it's not, oh, that's an NFL quarterback. It's like, huh, I grow these white boys on trees, huh?
Okay, now I'm tracking. Then we have meh, and then ew, and then oh god no, And then at the very bottom is can absolutely be trusted with your drink, no question. All
I don't
right.
think
So
I have to. I don't think I have to tell you who's in that bottom tier.
it says can be trusted.
Oh no, I'm being sarcastic.
I was about to say, I'm like, the first person I'm looking at right now is Deshaun Watson. Can we
All
put
right.
jail? Is there jail?
If you want to change it to jail, sure. Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if I would trust any of these people with my drink outside of like, I honestly, Kyler Murray, I would trust with my drink. I think he's a nice gentleman. I don't think he's a part of the riffraff. It doesn't even look like he's a drinker to me, to be honest. So we're gonna change this to jail, and we're gonna start off with Deshaun Watson, jail. Now, as I'm looking at these quarterbacks, I did notice that Kyler Murray's not on here. Why?
He is on there. I just put
Where?
a different. He should be. Is he not on there?
No.
What the fuck? I swear to God, I put his picture on there.
No. But now I have a bonus,
Shit.
if you will, because where's Joe Burrow and why is there Jonah Hill as Slim Shady?
Funny story. That's Joe Burrow.
Oh, I hate you, dude. Yeah, out of spite. Let's go. Let's go up here. Oh, come on, please don't do this to me.
Slongville.
No. So, like I said, guys, I am on my laptop, so like,
You can, if I remember, you can add pictures to the tier. I put. Should we just add Kyler's picture, or should we just say like what we think he is? I think he's Schlongville.
how do I add Kyler's? I'm not doing this right now. Because like I said, this is the first time I'm doing a split screen, like a share my screen. So like, I don't want to have to open up a browser to find a picture of Kyler.
Fair
I don't
enough.
want you guys to look at my porn history.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's just get that
I remember. Okay.
Schlongsville. All right. Now I'm just gonna kind of go through these quarterbacks. Andy Dalton, where do you put him?
Meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
He really
He's
isn't
not
bad.
great.
No, like, actually, would you say that they grow white boys like Andy Dalton on trees?
Yeah. I'd say that.
Maybe
He looks
like
like he'd.
ginger tree,
He looks
not
like he'd be
your
named like.
apple tree.
He looks like he'd be named like Connor or something.
I can see him as like a Brett.
Yeah, I
Or
could see that.
Yeah. All right. Now we have CJ Stroud.
Not Schlongsville, but I'd have him as solid B tier.
Yeah. Like, would you say A tier or good?
I'll say A tier.
Okay. I'm good with A tier. Now,
Jacoby Brissett's a meh.
Jacoby Brissett's a meh. I think he's
To me, he is.
I think he's kind of sexy. I would go Schlongsville.
Can we comfort? What's that?
I said I think since we're middle ground, I think we can put him as good.
Okay, that works.
Works for you, works for me. Now, Derek Carr, when I did my initial like QB attractive ratings and I shared it with you, you thought I would have had Derek Carr higher given that he looks like he wears eyeliner.
Yes.
Now,
That being said, I think he belongs in They Grow These White Boys on Trees here.
I had him ranked very low. But yeah, like he just looks like the average white dude I would see like at Circle K. Like he's wearing like black Air Forces, jorts, and like a black like wife beater shirt.
Like he's the guy who like is the shithead older brother to a guy you were friends with in third grade.
Yeah, that I would also see down at the Circle K buying like cigarettes and like scratch.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, we have Joe Flacco.
Oh, he's kind of hot for a like an older guy.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the word there. I think he's a solid good tier.
Yeah, like if he's like the single dad, I would see it like the parent pickup. I would hit on him. Let's go good tier. Okay. Now we have
Is that Sam Darnold?
yes.
Sam Darnold's he's either a meh or below that for me because he just doesn't do it for me.
He doesn't do it for me either, and I've even tweeted out like when he got drafted. I don't know if you're familiar with the Disney show Recess.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like the heavy set white kid.
That's fucked up.
I know, like I didn't want to, be like, oh, the tubby kid in Recess. I'm trying to be nice.
See, how are you going to be a USC quarterback and not be hot? That's so fucked up.
Right?
That's the whole
Palmer
point.
had it going on. Matt Leinart had it going on.
Mark Sanchez kind of had it.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez looks like shit right now, but he had it going on.
Yeah.
So, do we put him as ew or meh?
Let's say ew, because we know he's had mono, and that's ew to me.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely ew. Now, is this JJ McCarthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that's a solid A tier. That might just be me.
Given this little thumbnail, he kind of looks like your regular, like white guy that they grow on trees. Like he just looks like the white guy at the frat party that I probably would cover my drink around.
So not quite jail, but like he could be with the wrong decisions.
Yeah, he just strikes me as like potential jail, but he's not terrible. So I'm gonna let. Do you want to put him in the good tier?
Let's say good tier.
Okay. Now we have the newly benched, the newly maybe starting safety for the Giants, fucking Daniel Jones.
He looks too goofy to be hot. Like there's like an uncanny valley for goofiness and hotness, and he surpasses it, and it goes all the way back to being like, ugh. So I put him in a solid U tier.
Solid U tier? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, would I let him talk to me? No, he strikes me as like one of those guys that's like, I'm a nice guy. And it's like, okay, and so let's go ew. Now, Brock Purdy, do we even have to debate this? This white man grows on trees.
This man grows on a fucking tree.
Yeah, that is your typical Gilbert Chandler area white man. Jaden Daniels.
Oh, it's not bad. I'd say A tier.
Yeah, let's go A tier Jaden Daniels. I am in agreement to that. Is this Malik Willis?
I believe so. I put every quarterback that I recognized that had to start the season.
Okay. Fair. Now I can't really see him all this well. I don't have my glasses on. I'm just gonna do a quick Google search of what he looks like.
Going off of what I remember, I think he's a meh.
You have him in the good tier?
I have him as a meh.
Nah.
Doesn't really do it for me.
He's not bad looking.
But he's not.
Move the needle. So yeah, let's go meh. Who the hell is this? Is this Mason Rudolph?
I believe so.
Jail. We're putting him in jail. I want to know what he said to my honey, Myles Garrett, that made him so mad he fucking bonked him in the head with the helmet. So jail.
I'd never seen what he looked like before this. I just thought he'd look a lot whiter. I thought for sure when I was making this, it's like, okay, Mason Rudolph, that's got to be the these white boys grow on trees here, right? No, he just kind of looks weird.
I don't like him. Let's go jail. Is this Aiden O'Connell?
I believe so.
Remember what I said about Derek Carr about wearing like the black Air Forces and the jorts at the Circle K?
You think he grew on a tree?
He grows on a tree. But I wouldn't put him in jail. So yeah, let's just put him there. He doesn't do anything for me. McCorkle Jones.
Ew.
You?
Ew.
See, I don't think he's that bad looking. I would say more
At
men.
at best, at best, he's a white boy on a tree.
Yeah, I'm good with white boy on a tree. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, I have him in good tier.
He gives me handsome Squidward vibes.
Yeah, I can see that. I'd have him in a good tier.
He's got good hair. I think if this whole like NFL quarterback thing doesn't shake for him, he could probably do like shampoo commercials.
Yeah, how? Maybe I missed the commercial, but how has he not done one with Troy Polamalu for Head and Shoulders yet?
Yeah, no. Give this man a Head and Shoulders deal.
Exactly.
Moving right along, we have Patrick Mahomes.
I've seen who he dates. That's new to me.
Yeah. Ew. And it's not even like it's ew for me because your wife and your brother are absolutely obnoxious. I know that has nothing to do with you in your looks, but like if you don't have the balls to tell those two to shut the fuck up, then yeah, ew.
And plus, I mean, like, imagine you see this man and it's like, oh, wow, he looks kind of nice. And then you hear that fucking voice, and every little bit of you just douse yourself for, like, why the fuck was I ever attracted to that guy?
It's like the hot chick that has like the ugly laugh. That's me. Okay. To CTE Tagovailoa.
Uh, eh, I'd say he's in good tier.
Yeah, he's not ugly. He's just not relatively attractive. I guess we really don't have any men for Schlongsville. It's only just Jordan Love and Joe Burrow
For now.
for now. Drake May.
White boy on a fucking tree.
White boy on a tree. I want to know where he was that night. All those gentlemen with the tiki torches. Was it Charlottesville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know where he was that night. That's the vibes he gives me. Okay, moving right along. We have Kirk Cousins.
I could see he's borderline white boy growing on a tree to me. Because, like, there are so many white dads who look like that, but on the other hand, he's kind of nice.
Let's put him in good tier. Because, like I said, it's like the same thing with like Joe Flacco. Like if I'm at the parent pickup line and he's a single dad, like yeah, I'm gonna be on that like flies on shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving right along, we have Mr. Fabulous paints his nails. Caleb Williams.
I'd have him in good tier.
Good tier.
Yeah.
He's not ugly.
Is that Jared Goff next?
Yes. Okay.
I think I'm going to make the play. Schlongsville for Jared
I
Goff
was
right
just
now.
gonna say, me and you are on the same page, Schlongsville. And his like wife or girlfriend, she's very hot too. So good for him. I love when like two hot people like are a couple.
Now, if any baddies want to hit, a slightly overweight man with a big dick from North Carolina up, my ad is at Live on That Swing. Or sorry, my friend, his ad. Sorry.
And it's Live on That Swing for a reason, ladies. It swings. Let me just put that out there for the lovely ladies that are probably not listening. All right,
Is that jail?
Why
Yeah,
jail?
because of the Uber shit.
What do you do to Uber?
He like sexually assaulted somebody in an Uber, like the driver.
Okay, jail. I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Spencer.
Oh God, no. We have nobody in this tier.
Gardner Minshew. Oh, that is such a white boy that grows on a tree. But is it bad that I think he's kind of hot?
No, because I think he's kind of hot too. Let's put him in the A tier.
Okay.
A tier. I'm sure he's like a fun time too. Like if you go on a date with Gardner Minshew, like you would probably have like the best time. He'd probably take you to like a nice seafood dinner and never call you again.
No. He's taking you to Outback Steakhouse. Let's be real here. He's trash. He went to ECU for God's sake.
But you know,
He's
it's the
taking
jorts
you.
for me. It's the cutoff jorts for me. I know it's trashy, but I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Geno Smith.
Gina, I think he's a meh. He
Yeah,
doesn't really
he's
do
like
it for me.
borderline like good, but like on the very bottom of good, more towards meh. So I'm good with meh.
No.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Allen.
Goofy white boy that grows on a tree.
You think so? Yeah.
Let's put him in good. Let's put him in good.
Okay, let's put him in good tier because he's
You know
handsome.
he's like he'd do like some like Top Golf, but it'll be some fun ass Top Golf.
Yeah, like he's the guy that'll take you to Top Golf on a date. Probably like be a super try hard about it.
But
But
it'll still be really fun.
yeah, like he'll open the door for you. Maybe split the bill. I don't know if he's like a I got the whole bill type of dude. Okay, Bryce Young.
I'd say he's a solid A tier.
He is an A tier. He's a very cute little boy. That sounded jail for me. That sounded bad. But I'm like, he's just so small and so young.
Who the fuck is that?
Is that Cooper Rush?
I believe so.
Why is he kind of sexy though? Like, is it
Ah,
just the picture? Hold
what?
on. Cooper Rush.
Kind of looks like a Cowboys jersey.
It is Cooper Rush. Hold on, images? Oh no.
What?
I think he's kind of hot for a ginger. Oh, never mind, not this picture. Ah! If without the beard, oh God, no. With a beard, it's daddy level.
He's kind of like a white James Harden.
Yes. So I don't feel comfortable putting him any higher than good. So we can either go good or white boy that grows on trees. Your call.
Let's say good.
All right. He is in the good tier. Now, who was the gentleman that backed up Tua?
Tyler Huntley. And Skylar. Tyler Huntley is the guy at the very left, and then Skylar Thompson is two to the right there, I believe.
All right. I'm just going to have to Google this because like I said, I don't see you quite well. He's got a very square jaw.
I wish they could make these pictures bigger.
Yeah.
I know.
I feel weird. This picture from Baltimore says you, but like his like little collegiate picture like says like good. So I'm okay with either meh or ew. It's your call.
Let's say meh.
Meh. Okay.
Snow's coming down.
Oh. Bo Nix is ew to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And I feel bad for saying like, oh, he's got this acne like face, but that's someone who also has an acne face. But it doesn't move the needle. Now, who is this? Skylar Thompson?
Yeah. He's not bad.
He isn't bad. We can go A or we can go good.
Let's say good. Let's not give him too much credit. He's not bad.
Okay, now before we move any further, do you feel comfortable ranting to these lovely people for like maybe under a minute while I pee?
Sure.
Okay, I will be right back.
Howdy there, folks. We at the Redbird Redzone podcast are an equal opportunity podcast, so needless to say, we will try our best to do a ranking of the NFL moms, girlfriends, grandmothers, second cousins, whatever we can find here at the Redbird Redzone. We believe in equality, not just for DILFs, but also for MILFs, because that is the standard that this great country was built on, that you can respect not only MILFs, but also DILFs. That is my piece. Jackie, are you back?
Oh, I'm back.
Jack, sweet. I gave a little disclaimer.
Oh, good. Judge me later, folks. Mom bladder. It's hard out here. Okay, moving right along. We have Matthew Stafford.
He looks like he'd be named like, not like a modern day Aiden, but like an old school Aiden. Maybe.
He strikes me as the guy that has been long and graduated and still going to the frat parties to hit on like young girls.
He's the guy you'd see in like a small town sports bar with his girlfriend he dated in high school, who neither of whom really ever moved on from that time. And it's all they really talk about. They both go to a sports bar called like Champs or something.
You just basically described like me and Colby's date nights.
Oh no. Damn.
For me, it's either good they grow on trees or meh.
This white boy grew from the ground, he grew from the tree. We're putting him on that tree.
Meh. Oh, tree. Okay, tree. All right, we're almost done, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging with us. I know we don't have much to talk about in Cardinals world because of games. So we have to rank all these NFL quarterbacks starting this year. Let's go with Mr. Unlimited.
Ugh. See, he's the kind of guy who I can imagine taking you on a date and all he does is brag about himself. He brags about himself and he talks about religion, which he uses as an excuse to brag about himself. And it's just not a very fun time.
So, oh God, no?
I don't know if I'd be that harsh because he's at least decent looking enough, but I know his personality and it's like,
ew.
He's a hit it and quit it. Let's say you.
Yeah, no, he's the guy that's going to take you on a date and not ask you a single question about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have his mini-me, Justin Fields.
Not too bad. I'd say he's like a good tier.
Good tier. Yeah, I'm comfortable with good tier. We have a lot of the good tiers. All right.
White boy that grows on a tree. Let's be real here.
No, I think he's cute.
He's okay. He doesn't really do it for me.
He doesn't like. He's not daddy tier to me. Like that's what like Schlongsville is. For that, yeah, I'm okay with putting him as white boy. That
you know what? See, this is tough because he is objectively a white boy that grows on a tree, but also like I don't know. He's got that kind of golden retriever energy where it's like, okay, well, it's like, okay, I could see him like giving you a yeah. Your mom likes him. Your dad's.
Let's go. Let's go A tier.
He's not like the sexiest man in the world, but if you could settle for worse.
I wouldn't even think that's settling though.
Fair.
Let's go A tier. Okay. Jalen Hurts.
Really? What?
Schlongsville. He's cute.
I'll let you have this one.
Thank you. Because he was like, I think I ranked him like third or fourth in like my top. Okay. We have Mr.
Anthony Richardson.
Tired.
This your relationship is hinging on this with Colby because that's Anthony Richardson, right?
Yes.
I'd say he's a solid good tier.
Yeah, he's not bad. Like, I think he'll be like not the best boyfriend, but he'll still like he won't break up with you. Like, he's gonna put in like half-ass effort, but like he's cute, so you give him a pass. All right, moving right along.
That's Dak, right?
It's Dak. Why are these Sorry, guys, I'm having technical difficulty. I'm trying to. There we go. No, I don't want good tier. There we go. Sorry, the tiers were like moving on me on accident. Okay.
Dak's a solid meh to me at best. He doesn't really do it.
He doesn't do it for me either. But like,
But it's not. He's not so bad that I'll put him anywhere below meh.
See, I feel like he's ew. But maybe
Really?
that's just like because he's the Cowboy quarterback bias.
Maybe.
But okay, I'll put him in the meh tier. Now this one might these last two are
Schlongsville. Baker Mayfield's in Schlongsville.
Yes. I'm glad you were tracking on it. Baker on a date would be a great time. Like, that's the guy that's gonna like win you a teddy bear at the carnival. Now, last but not least, my favorite terrible quarterback in the league. We have Will Levis.
Kyler Murray. Let's put him as a white boy that grows on a tree because he looks pretty homogenous.
I think he's cute, but yeah, it's not like he's the above average white boy. And that's it. That's our list. Now, we don't have Kyler Murray on here. For whatever reason, Will did not put Kyler on here.
I saved the photo. I don't know what happened to it. I put the fucking underwear ad he did because I thought that would be funny. Maybe it took it down because it was like, because it's like, I already knew deep in my heart where I wanted to put him.
Schlongsville?
So like, yeah, for sure.
All right. And that is our list, folks. I had just closed out of the split screen. But yeah, feel free to discuss. Feel free to debate in the comments.
And feel free to list your own tiers down at the bottom. Tell us, do you think Kyler Murray's in Schlongsville? Tell us if you think this was worth our time. Tell us if you're still going to subscribe to our podcast.
Now, maybe at the end of the year when we have like nothing else to do and like it's all said and done and whatever happens, we'll get pictures of their moms and then we'll rank them. So did you watch the TikTok that I sent you?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
It was a guy that did smash or pass.
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
So
yeah, I remember that.
Let us know if you guys want us to do the smash or pass on the moms or the ranking of the moms at the end of the year. That did take up a good little chunk of time, so maybe we'll do that. But I do have a fun question for you. We don't have to do all the teams because that would probably take too long. But I saw a TikTok that said if every NFL team got to designate one player that can use steroids without getting penalized, like who should they like pick? Like who would be a good person? So on the Cardinals, Will, who would you want to see roided up every week?
For pure chaos, I'm gonna completely show my own biases here. I want to see Chad Ryland on steroids just to see him kick an 80-yarder.
Oh, that would be so sick. Like, it's gonna be another third and out for the Cardinals on their own 30. Nope, here comes fucking big dick Chad Ryland booting that thing.
We're the most like we have like the most free kicks in the league. They're like, is there a resurgence in free kicks for the Arizona Cardinals?
See, it's a toss-up for me between like James Conner or Trey McBride. Can you imagine like the angry runs? Because like when you're on roids, you get angry. You got the roid rage. So just
See,
imagine just
my my second option would have been Gardeck.
Oh yeah, if it was a healthy Gardeck, dude, he would probably bite someone's ear off after he sacks them.
All right, let's name some players. The Browns. I don't think we even need to say who that is. It's so obvious, right?
Myles Garrett.
Uh-huh.
Myles Garrett on steroids would be fucking scary.
Oh my God, he would have actually killed Mason Rudolph. There would be a murder on that field.
Yeah, let's go all 32 teams. Fuck it, let's do it. I have to get them all in front of me so that way we don't. Okay. On the Atlanta Falcons, who do you want to see on steroids?
On the Atlanta Falcons, let's say Bijan Robinson. Add some power to that speed.
I kind of want to see a roided out Kirk Cousins.
Or wait, no. I want to see a roided out Kyle Pitts.
Oh, that would feel like fantasy owners would feel so vindicated if he just was allowed to take steroids.
He instantly becomes he's like the Taysom Hill of like the Atlanta Falcons. He becomes not only their tight end but like their fullback, their backup offensive lineman. He's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah. An absolute
wildcat quarterback.
All right. On the Ravens, who do you want to see on steroids?
I don't think I even have to say it, do I?
No.
He already runs like a fucking machine without him. Imagine Derrick Henry on fucking steroids.
Good fucking luck tackling that man. I would be terrified to be an opposing defensive player having to try to tackle Derrick Henry on steroids.
Terrifying.
For the memes, I would on the Bills. I kind of want Keon. I want to see what Keon Coleman would be like on steroids.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a solid pick. I'll agree with you on that.
Okay, on the Panthers, who on steroids?
Let's give Adam Thielen some steroids. Get his career resurgence back on track.
Yeah, why not? On the Bears.
I want to see scary white boy. Scary white boy. What the fuck? Scary fairy Caleb Williams running down the field. Yeah, buff as hell arms, nail polish on both hands. I want to see him truck some motherfuckers.
That would be fun. Khalil Mack on steroids would be absolutely terrifying.
Let it be known for the record that I've sucked dick. I can call him a fairy.
Montez Sweat, too?
Sure. Yeah, that works.
On the Bengals.
Bengals.
Jamar Chase on steroids?
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Pack it in. You can't lock down Jamar Chase.
You couldn't pay me to try to cover him.
No corner in the league could fuck with Jamar Chase on steroids. And we already covered the Browns. We already took a stab at that. The Cowboys. Who's their kicker?
I don't know. Aubrey?
Brandon Aubrey on steroids. Give it to me. On the Broncos. Pat Surtain on steroids? He would be
nice. Or wait, for the Bills, I'm changing my answer. Give it to Ed Oliver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be a nightmare. Now the Detroit Lions, they're out. If Aiden Hutchinson was still playing, I would say Aiden Hutchinson's on steroids. Give me fucking Dan Campbell on steroids, though. He would suit up himself and bite kneecaps.
Let's do it.
Yeah, give me Dan Campbell for the Detroit Lions on steroids. The Green Bay Packers.
Christian Watson. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no like name that
I
jumps out to
I
me.
can't. I mean, aside from him and Aaron Jones, Aaron Jones on steroids could be fun. Wait, no,
That
Aaron Jones is a Viking. No, he's
No, he's
J-
with the Packers. Wait, no, he is with the Vikings. Damn it!
no. They have Josh Jacobs now, and that's not really fun with steroids, really.
Yeah, no, yeah. There really isn't like a fun one for the Green Bay Packers. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah,
The Texans.
Texans.
I wouldn't want Will Anderson on steroids because then every Cardinals fan's gonna be pissed that we drafted him and not Paris Johnson. So I'm gonna skip Will Anderson.
Let's say Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon on steroids with his like newly like assembled knee. The Colts. Give me Jonathan Taylor on steroids.
Really, over Anthony Richardson.
Oh, that would be kind of fun actually. Because Anthony Richardson, like he's good for like one like 70-yard bomb a game. So like that would be like his whole thing would just be tucking it up and hoping that your receivers are like fast enough to get down there.
He'd be like what people thought Jamarcus Russell would be.
Jamarcus Russell on steroids. Could you imagine?
Gross.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh God, Christian Kirk.
Yeah, like there's nobody that I'm like, oh my god, on steroids? No, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't want to do Taylor dirty. I don't like Taylor, but like, I don't want her coming home to that.
Travis Kelce on steroids though would be like unstoppable.
He'd be terrifying.
Yes, and that's like, outside of this year, that's always been like their best weapon. So like, can you imagine like you would break all the tight end records?
Let's say Chris Jones. Chris Jones is still a Chief, right?
Yes.
So let's say Chris Jones.
Okay. The San Diego Chargers.
The San Diego Chargers. Let's take LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates.
The graphic I'm looking at to make sure I'm hitting all these teams are like the old logos, so like that's why. The LA Chargers. My apologies.
The LA Chargers. Oh, Lad McConkey on steroids. Fuck it.
The honky on steroids. Yeah, I fucks with it.
Or wait, is Khalil Mack a Charger? I can't remember where he is right now. He's a Charger, right?
I thought Khalil Mack was with the Bears. See, this is why we need Mack, because between you and I, we don't know shit about fuck, apparently.
I feel like he's a Charger now. I feel like it's like one of those guys where it's like,
now I gotta do the Google. He is with the Chargers. My dumbass thought he was still with the Bears.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I know.
It's been a minute.
Shows how much of an analyst I am.
It's been a minute.
I know. And again, I'm looking at an old graphic, so I almost said the St. Louis Rams, but no, the LA Rams.
Nobody. Let them suffer.
Yeah, I don't care to see any, but like, there's no Blair that I'm like, oh my god, this guy. Like,
give it to the long snapper.
He would be snapping that shit to the moon. The ball would be in orbit. Now, if this was Aaron Donald on steroids,
pack it in.
We would never win the West again. We would probably be through like our fifth like quarterback in like 6 years.
We would be bringing in a punter like halfway through the game.
Yeah, like
we would say
be, like an emergency quarterback situation where like fucking the punter has to be our quarterback.
They look through the stands. Jackie Samaniego, you are our new Cardinals quarterback.
Oh my god, can you fucking imagine? I'm like, yeah, I could swing the rock, but like, I would also die. Like,
you would actually die
if I get tackled by that man. Like, my spine would come out of my asshole. I would be it would be the first time ever you would see like a decapitation on national TV. What about the Dolphins?
The Dolphins. Give it to
Tua
Tua.
on steroids?
He needs it more than anybody.
Tua?
Yeah, just for the charity case, not even for the potential. Guy needs it.
Man, like I'm sure he probably does drool a little bit taking snaps, but like he would just have like the most like no like thoughts in his head, just oh, that would be terrible. The
Oh
Minnesota
God,
Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings. I mean, Justin Jefferson, of course.
Yeah, like if Jefferson and Jamar Chase were on steroids, like they would like continuously week by week just be like against each other, breaking records left and right. It would be gross.
It would be some McGuire Sosa shit.
Yeah, oh, that would be so fun. The New England Patriots.
God, I only know like 2 names on that team.
Yeah,
Ramondre Stevenson. There you go.
there you go. The New Orleans Saints.
Spencer Rattler, because it would be funny.
Yeah. Or I would say even like Alvin Kamara on steroids would be fun.
It would be fun, but I think Rattler would be funny. It's funny to imagine that guy all fucking like juiced out.
Yeah, yelling at his receivers like he did in high school. The Giants.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes, but if he plays safety. Can you imagine a roided out Danny Dimes playing safety, like leveling people?
Oh my God.
The Jets.
The Jets. Let's not give it to Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams, I guess. Sauce Gardner could use it right now.
I was about to say, I'm like, I feel like if anybody that like needs a career like revamp or career resave right now, it's Sauce Gardner. So get sauce on the juice, get sauce on the sauce.
Sauce Gardner is the Tyrese Halliburton of the NFL, and I will not elaborate.
I don't want to elaborate, but I understand. I get it. The Raiders.
Man.
Max Crosby on steroids?
Let's give it to Brock Bowers because he's already a force right now.
Oh, yeah. Brock Bowers. Yeah. But Max Crosby on steroids would be horrifying.
That would feed families.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Saquon.
Yeah, absolutely Saquon. Now, if Jason Kelce was still there, like I would say Jason Kelce.
Is Jason Peters still there, or did he retire?
Jason Peters?
That's a name I haven't thought about in a while.
The same. I don't believe he has to be retired. He's 42 years old. He's with Seattle.
What?
I don't know if he's playing, but he's with Seattle.
No wonder they stink.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh God, could you imagine TJ Watt with steroids?
Jail. Death. You would die. If he hits you, you would be guaranteed death.
It's like, those old stories where it's like the guy gets his asshole strung out from the pool, like he just sinks and his asshole gets like sucked out. It's like that.
Yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Fun little mental image for anybody listening to this podcast. Tampa Bay. Mike Evans.
He could use it right now. He's banged up. Baker on steroids might be fun though.
I don't know if he needs it.
He doesn't. I don't think he needs it. And this is not necessarily like people we think we need steroids. It's just
it would be the most fun. Yeah.
The Tennessee Titans.
Will Levis.
Yes, give me a roided out Will Levis for the memes. It's strictly for the memes.
He throws it into the stands.
Yeah, and
but
he would
also somehow backwards into the stands, not forwards, backwards.
yeah, like he would just do dumb shit that like they would still lose, but it would be wildly entertaining.
Exactly.
I'm glad me and you think the same, Will. All right, we've got the Washington Commanders.
Terry McLaurin. Oh wait, I was gonna say Montez Sweat, but he's a Bear, isn't he? Shit.
Yes.
Shit,
And
that
Chase
would have been a good one to remember.
Logan Thomas is retired, I believe. You know what? Give me Brian Robinson on steroids. The
You know
man,
what? Yeah, he's been through it.
he's been through it. Give him the juice. Let him rush for like 5,000 yards in a season. And then we'll go these last two teams are NFC West rivals. San Francisco 49ers. Who would be fun on steroids?
Jake Moody.
Yes. Who would not be fun on steroids?
Debo.
Oh yeah, Debo would not be fun either. But the last person I would want on steroids is Nick Bosa, because the animosity he has for the players of color. No, like we would have to just dump off to Trey McBride and hope he doesn't get killed.
We'd have to get like old like, okay, Toby Gerhart, are you doing anything? Oh God, there's no white running. Rex Burkhardt or Burkhead, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, no, we would have to at that point, even if it's like a high draft pick or reach, we would have to draft Cam Scatabo.
We would have to find the white boy tree.
Yeah, like we're gonna trade for Lad McConkey. We're gonna draft Cam Scatabo.
We would look like the 2011 Patriots.
Yeah, we would have to have like Clayton Tune just play that game and hope for the best.
We'd have to sign like Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, just a sturdy white man just to take those hits. We're gonna get canceled, dude. All right, and then the Seattle Seahawks.
Jason Peters.
Yes, but on the flip side, someone who I would not want to see on steroids that looks like he does steroids.
DK Metcalf. He gets ejected enough as it is. Imagine him on steroids.
The roid rage would go nuts. Like that would be a man that would bite someone's ear off. He would hit someone with his helmet.
People would die.
Yes. All right. Well, we've been on stream for almost an hour and a half. I think this is a good place to wrap it.
I mean, I think we should at least talk about the game this weekend.
Yes, we'll go. All right. So we played the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. They did pull out a nice win last minute against the Niners. It was a Geno Smith scramble touchdown. I don't expect that to happen again this week. Their secondary, their defense has not been very good. Not very good against the run. Not that well against the pass. So I can see it being like a big James Conner, Trey Benson running back tandem day. I feel like Kyler Murray, since it's a divisional game, he'll probably take off for a little like design QB runs. We're kind of getting it figured out with the pass game with Marv and Trey McBride. So I feel like offensively, this is going to be a good game. Defense just has to, not that Geno Smith scares me in any type of way. Kenneth Walker's kind of been up and down. They haven't really been rushing as effectively with him as they would have liked. But, still at the end of the day, defense has to execute and do what they do.
Yeah, they went from Mike O'Donnell or whatever the hell his name is. Old McDonald had a farm. Being like a coach of the year favorite to just kind of falling off a cliff. Funny enough, you know who DraftKings has as the coach of the year favorite right now?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike motherfucking Tomlin. Disgusting. No.
He's a great coach. Give him coach of the decade if you want. Like
He's a great coach, but like at this point, it feels like Coach of the Year is the coach who gets the most out of very little.
and that's
Or you can
and this is like in my most humble, unbiased opinion. Look at us, like a no-name defense. Everybody knows Buda Baker, and then that's it. Maybe
like I was playing Madden today, and it's insane. Like it's insane to see just how bad our defense is in there. Well, we figured this out a while ago. The rest of America hasn't quite figured it out.
Yeah.
So the disrespect there is real.
Yeah, no. Given what Gannon's done with very little, it's going to be interesting down the stretch. Like, I would be very disappointed if he doesn't finish at least like second or third in that competition, because it's like it's Mike Tomlin, Dan Campbell, the Minnesota Vikings coach. What's his face?
I don't know.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that's like your top, and then Jim Harbaugh. But there's talent on all those teams, and then look at what Gannon has done. So, but what do you think? Do you think we pull this out?
I think that Seattle is going to come out hungry. I think that both coming off the win this weekend has put a fire in them, and I think the situation they're going through right now. I mean, you and I both know, these athletes, they thrive on adversity. They eat it up. They look for any bit they can get. And what's a bigger adversity than a fucking cyclone that knocks out power for the whole fucking city? I think they're going to have a fire in their bellies that we're just not going to be able to put out. Give me the Seahawks 23-17.
Yes, I do feel like it's going to be a close game. But and it kind of worried me a little bit coming off the bye. Like, we had a 4-game winning streak going into the bye, so we have all the momentum in the world. And then we have a bye, and I don't want to, like, the players deserve their rest and their time. But they've done, players go on vacation, they kind of get away for a little bit. So that concerns me. What were you gonna say?
If we somehow if we somehow don't make the playoffs from here, I'm going to hear so many Call of Duty jokes, so many Kyler eating pizza in New York jokes, so much shit that it's just going to drive me insane. And I hope for my own sanity that we can pull this out.
Yes. So give me the Cards 27-24. I think we can still build off of the momentum that we had in the bye. Everybody's fresh right now. We're getting healthy at the right time. We might see some guys come back and play this week. We might see Darius Robinson's debut this week. But I like where we're at, and I think we're hungry and we're ready to throw down.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am ready to sit the fuck down, get relaxed on my fucking couch, and just watch myself a beautiful game of Cardinals football on Sunday.
Yes, and then you can hear me crash out in the group chat.
Right. So, we ready to close out?
I'm ready.
This has been a snow-filled episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Willie. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
And my name is Jackie. If you're not already following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's. And we're done.
And peace out.
We are out. Ending stream.